All right, what is up, party people? It is Doc. It is MTG Next Door. Fun story. I went to my local LGS because I actually purchased this as an in-store pickup, which I'll show you the in-store promo in a second. But it had been many a year since I had been in an LGS on a Friday night for Friday Night Magic, and I was glad to see that about 50% of the folks there to play MTG were masked. But even through my KN95, I was a little bit surprised, shall we say, about all of the interesting smells. Now, admittedly, they do have a Greasy Spoon restaurant associated with this LGS. But anyway, so we're going to be cracking some packs out of this, including the top. And first off, look at the Buy a Box promo. It's pretty nice. So Castle Dracula, also known as the Voldarian Estate, comes in. You can tap it for colorless, tap, pay a life, add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast vampire spells. Well, I know what deck this goes into. And then 5 in a tap, create a blood token. This costs 1 less to activate for each vampire you control. I'm sure we're going to chat about blood tokens in detail here. You know, Stitch always likes to comment on the foiling. The foiling's not bad here. What they did is they didn't foil the bats and the trees. I wish they had not foiled parts of the castle behind it. I think it would have looked better had they not done that. But you know what? I'm not going to complain too much. So, we already got that. We have Ye Old Fish Knife. On, get a sample of the tissue. You can pierce it. Let's try it like that. There we are. And then I think there is a box topper with these. I love, love, love box toppers. So, yep, we got us a box topper. Ooh, it's got like this with it. Oh, that's actually rather pretty. I think that is a card. All right, so sealed product, not for resale. Stuck here, hopefully not bending it. I'm gonna hold it up to the light here. Seems to be pretty good, so we have no idea what this could be. These are all the Dracula themed ones, if I'm not mistaken. Which, you know, I was not terribly excited when they did Godzilla, mostly because I'm just not a big fan of Godzilla. But this I'm excited about. Bram Stoker's Dracula is a great novel. All right. Ooh, that was fun. All right, what do we got right off the bat? So it is full art. It is Lucy, a risen vampire. It is an uncommon, so I'm a little sad. It looks like the actual card is Malicious Invader. Oh, this is the backside. Okay. Lucy Westernra. Innocent Traveler. 2 black for a 1/3 human. At the beginning of your upkeep, any opponent may sacrifice a creature. If no one does, transform Innocent Traveler. And then she transforms into Lucy, a risen vampire. 3/3 vampire flying. It gets +2/+0 as long as an opponent controls a human. So I suspect this is going to kill it in standard and be of not great use in Commander. That said, it is a really pretty card, y'all. I don't know if the camera is really quite doing this quite the justice. But it is kind of that like foil etched, and so it's really nice. All right, so we'll put that over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will definitely be reading the uncommons. I will probably read some of the commons that I find interesting. This video will likely go long. The cat is still super needy. Come on, cat. Thank you, cat. So, you know, he's got to do his thing. All right, so these suckers are Fabrique aux États-Unis. They've got a tight pack. Looks like we got a human token to start off with. We got an art card. That's creepy as hell. What the hell is that? That is a Dream Shackle Geist. Why are the Geist so terrifying? Also, there's a cat butt right there, y'all. Right there. Alright, so we'll put that there. They did new full art lands for this set too, so I am totally happy with it because I can really bling some stuff out. So we are starting off with Wedding Invitation. For an artifact, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Tap, sack it. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. If it's a vampire, it also gains lifelink until end of turn. That's going to tear up in standard. Vampire Slayer, 1 and a white for a 2/2 human soldier. Whenever Vampire Slayer deals damage to a vampire, destroy that creature. Okay. Piercing Light, white, piercing for an instant. Piercing Light does 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, scry 1. Standard. Sigarda's Imprisonment, 2 and a white for an aura. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. 4 and a white, exile. Enchanted creature, create a blood token. Okay. We're into the uncommons. Valorous Stance. This is definitely a reprint from Ikoria. 1 and a white. Choose 1. Target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Rending Flames, 2 and a red. Rending Flames deals 5 damage to target creature planeswalker. If that permanent is a spirit, Rending Flames also deals 2 damage to that permanent's controller. Ouch. Alright. Wandering Mind. Well, that's real fucking creepy, y'all. 1 blue red for a 2/1 horror with flying. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So 3 to look through 6 and filter 1. Not that great. We got a common. It is a Ragged Recluse. So it looks like that's what we're doing. There's going to be like a transform slot in each of these packs. So Ragged Recluse, 1 and a black for a 2/1 human peasant. At the beginning of your end step, if you discarded a card this turn, transform Ragged Recluse. And on the butt, we've got Odious Witch. Oh, I definitely know that's somebody I've dated. Human Warlock, 3/3. When it attacks, defending player loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. I don't know if that's really all that awesome. All right, next common is, okay, so this is the, like, vampire bordering, which I have to admit looks really cool. Blood Crazed Socialite. Wow, she is really creepy. 3 and a black for a 3/3 vampire with menace. When it enters the battlefield, create a blood token. When it attacks, you may sacrifice a blood token. If you do, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So if you're heavy into blood tokens, good. Otherwise, All right, first rare is a rare. Headless Rider. All right, I am not upset about this. I always like any zombies, especially rare zombies. So let's say Headless Rider. What do you do other than look pretty cool? So we got 2 and a black for a 3/1 zombie. When it or another non-token zombie you control dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Cool. Love it. Plays all day. Oh, that's awesome. All right. What else we got? We got a foily common. Oh, we got a foily common. Look at that. I think this would be the part where Stitch would rant about shitty sorting. So, engage. Stitch's rant about shitty sorting. And we've got our token. So we'll put the token here. All right. That guy plays, though. That guy plays. All right. We got... Is this a stupid token? Yeah, this is a stupid token. So that goes in the garbage pile. We have what looks like Olivia's dress. We have a mountain. Rural Recruit. If y'all have not seen the episode of 30 Rock called The Rural Juror, it is absolutely hilarious. So 3 and a green for a 1/1 human peasant with training. So whenever this is basically the opposite of mentor. So whenever this attacks, if there's something with greater power, you put a +1/+1 on this creature. And then when this sucker enters the battlefield, you create a 3/1 green boar creature token. So outside of tokens, I don't really see this as being that awesome for 4. Nature's Embrace, enchant creature or land as long as enchanted permanent is a creature, gets +2, and as long as enchanted permanent is a land, it gets add 2 mana of any one color. Sheltering Boughs, enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature gets +1/+3. Not terrible, but not awesome. Crushing Canopy. If you don't know this, I don't know what to tell you. Fleeting Spirit. 1 and a white for a 3/1 spirit. White, exile 3 cards from your graveyard. This thing gains first strike until end of turn. Whoa. Discard a card, exile Fleeting Spirit, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to abuse that, I just don't know what it is. Arm the Cathars. 1 white for a sorcery. Until end of turn, target creature gets +3/+3. Up to 1 other target creature gets +2/+2, and up to 1 other target creature gets +1/+1. Those creatures gain vigilance until end of turn. So not bad. I just wish it, I don't know, if it was counters, I would like that better. All right, we got a common. We got another werewolf, y'all. 3 and a red for a Weary Prisoner. He's a 2/6 with Defender. He's daybound. And then on the butt, he's a Wrathful Jailbreaker. That's kind of sick. And he attacks each combat if able, and he's a 6/6. All right. 4's a little pricey, but not bad. All right. We got a Bloodsworn Squire. So, 3 and a black for a 3/3 Vampire Soldier with some awesome art. That art is really nice, though, y'all. Karl Kapinski, nicely done, sir. So, 1 and a black, discard a card. Bloodsworn Squire gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. Then, if there are 4 more creature cards in your graveyard, transform it. Okay? And she transforms into Bloodsworn Knight, also with good art. Bloodsworn Knight's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So if you're playing serious graveyard, this is good. And then 1 and a black, discard a card. This card gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. So how I play Markov, I don't think this goes in. But it's a cool card, and I like the idea behind it. All right, we got a common. We got a Belligerent Guest. God knows that's been me. University of Georgia. All right, Belligerent Guest. 2 and a red for a 3/2 vampire with trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a blood token. Does it transform? No, it does not transform. All right, we got another rare. Olivia's Attendant. Now, I think I saw this one, and I thought this sucker might go into Markov. So, Olivia's Attendants. 4 red for a 6/6 vampire with menace. Pricey. When it deals damage, create that many blood tokens. 2 and a red, Olivia's Attendants deals 1 damage to any target. Oh, so yeah, we should probably talk about the blood token. So they're artifacts with 1 tap, discard a card, sack a blood token, draw a card, which is kind of a lot to draw a card in my opinion. I don't know. 6 for a 6/6 menace is expensive, especially in vampires. Or I should say, it depends, I guess, how you play Markov. I play Markov with a really aggressive mana curve. So, as Mr. Pink would say, for 6, I need this to basically be better than Patron of the Vein, which is really nasty. And we have Mercutio. He seems to really enjoy Headless Rider, but I don't know. I'm not digging Olivia's Attendants all that much. So we got a foil, Vampire's Vengeance, 2 and a red. It deals 2 damage to each non-vampire creature, and then you create a blood token. So you can really clear the board out a good bit with this. That's not bad. All right, cut away from the cat. All right, we have a Drunk Vampire token. We have somebody who's having a very, very bad day by the look of it. What is that? Change of fortune. Yep, bad day. All right, we got a swamp. We have a Wretched Throng. Cool. 1 and a blue for a 2/1. When it dies, you may search your library for a card named Wretched Throng, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. So, standard, modern, pauper, not EDH. Ernstwald Shield Basher. 3 and a white for a 4/2 human soldier. When it attacks, you may pay 1. If you do, it gains indestructible until end of turn. That's not bad, because if you're in humans or you're in soldiers, you're probably attacking. So, not bad. I can go with that. Alchemist Retrieval. Blue for an instant. Ooh, and it's got that mechanic, Cleave. So, Cleave, 1 and a blue. So, return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. So, for a blue, you can take one of your things up. For a white and a blue, you can make something else go. Interesting. Cruel Witness. Wow, that one is creepy. They really upped the creepy factor on this set, y'all. 2 blue for a 3/3 bird horror with flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard. So I think we were talking, if you guys watch TB's first pack opening video, we talked about how I like graveyard work, which is like either you get to be very thoughtful about it or you're dumping everything. And this falls into the latter category, so it's not bad. All right, we got an uncommon, Into the Night. 3 and a red for a sorcery. It becomes night. Fair point. Discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards plus 1. Okay. I can see that doing some stuff. Lantern of the Lost. This is a reprint from Theros. 1 for an artifact. When it enters the battlefield, exile target card from a graveyard. 1, tap, exile Lantern of the Lost, exile all cards from all graveyards, then draw a card. It's not bad graveyard hate. Lunar Rejection. 1 and a blue for an instant that also has Cleave. So return target wolf or werewolf creature to its owner's hand and draw a card. But if you play 3 and a blue, you can just bounce any creature and then draw a card. Yeah, I'm kind of with Stitch on this. I don't like to bounce things to people's hands frequently. All right, Hook Hand Mariner, 3 and a green for a 4/4 werewolf. I like the werewolves in this set, and the zombies. Transforms into Rip Hook Raider, which can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, and it's a crawworm. Look at that. All right, for those who don't know and are not old enough, crawworms for a 6/4. All right. I dig this. So as I was talking, already I'm liking this because you look at this card and I see it is a cheap vampire that does something. So Unholy Officiant, the art is cool. It is 1 white for a 1/2 vampire cleric with vigilance, and 4 and a white, put a +1/+1 counter on this card. This plays in my Markov deck well. Because it's cheap, it's getting out there, and you actually can hold up a block. It's got vigilance, so you hold a blocker. I dig it. Y'all probably will see that. All right, we got a rare Graph Reaver. All right, we got a zombie warrior with exploit. I love it already. So 1 and a black for a 3/3 zombie warrior with exploit. When it exploits a creature, destroy target planeswalker. So that's not awesome. At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 1 damage to you. So it's a 3/3 that can hurt you, and you can use it for some planeswalker hate. Our table pretty quickly got over War of the Spark. So we don't really see all that many planeswalkers. I don't know how good that would be. This definitely plays an Oathbreaker, though. That is definitely going in an Oathbreaker deck. I'm not unhappy with it. All right, we got a uncommon. Vile Spawn Spider, green, blue for a 2/3 spider with reach. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. Love it already. 2 green, blue, tap, sack this, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. For each creature card in your graveyard, activate only as a sorcery. All right. So again, this, you're just dumping stuff in every turn without trying. That's the kind of stuff I like. Either I get to really pick, or we just dumped everything. All right, do we have a list card? Or do we have a bullshit card? Looks like a plains. Oh, there you are. There's the thing of the thing. Boom. See? The thing of the thing. All right, we got our plains. Syncopate, that's a reprint. It's a good card, though. So X and a blue, counter target spell unless its controller pays X. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. So as far as counter spells go, I like this. Because number one, you exile the stupid thing, like say, oh, I don't know, Kozilek, Butcher of Truth. And you can get rid of Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, because all you got to do is just pay 2. 2 is the good price for counter spells. Serpentine Ambush, 1 and a blue for an instant until end of turn. Target creature becomes a blue serpent with base power and toughness 5/5. You know, that's a fun combat trick. I don't know what you do with it, though. Dreadlight Monstrosity, 4 blue for a 5/5 crab horror with ward 2. 3 blue, it can't be blocked this turn. Activate only if you own a card in exile. Wow, okay, that's very specific. So 6 for a 5/5 that's tougher to hit. Yeah, all right. And right there for your crab horror deck. All right. Skywarp Scab, 3 blue for a 2/5 zombie drake. Flying, when it enters the battlefield, you may exile 2 creature cards from your graveyard. If you do, draw a card. I mean, as far as zombies go, 5 is pretty expensive for a 2/5 flyer. All right, we got a Story Spotlight. Resistance Squad. All right, can y'all see this? Look at what this cat is up to. Come on, Mercutio. There we go. All right, so 2 and a white for a 3/2 human soldier. When it enters the battlefield, if you control another human, draw a card. Boom. That plays. Olenbach Escort. White for a 1/1 human cleric with vigilance. Sacrifice it. Target creature you control gets with a +1/+1 counter on it, gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn. It's not bad. This looks interesting. Catapult Fodder, 2 and a black for a 1/5 zombie. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures that have toughness greater than their power, transform Catapult Fodder. And when it's transformed, it is Catapult Captain. It's a 2/6 zombie. Wow. 2 and a black, sacrifice another creature. Target opponent loses life equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness. I don't know if that is necessarily like going to make it into any of my zombie decks, but it's interesting. I like interesting at least. I would consider this. All right. Oh, so we have the actual regular version of this, which is Innocent Traveler. So 2 black. Oh, we've already read this, so. Yeah, if a lady comes to your door and she's showing that much cleavage, that's dangerous, y'all. Yeah. All right, we got a rare. Ooh. So we have an alternate art. Earth. Tormented Prophet. I do not know how you pronounce this young lady's first name. 1 blue-red for a 2/4 human wizard. If you would draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library instead. You may play those cards this turn. So, that's interesting. So it definitely gives you some card advantage, but then you're depleting your hand, which I don't like. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, we got another rare. So a Ture pack. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all look at that. All right, well, if anybody wants this one, right there for you. Stitch, please feel free to comment about how the sorting. All right, we've got a Markov Waltzer. So we've got a 1/3 vampire that's 4, so you better do something serious, buddy. Flying haste at the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 2 target creatures you control each get +1/+0 until end of turn. So 4, and I guess like you can make him a 2/3 flyer. I don't know. I don't know if that's making any of my vampire decks. Oh, and it's a bullshit card. Man. Bullshit cards, bullshit cards. Nobody likes the bullshit cards. All right, do we have a bullshit card or do we have... Let's see, I don't want to... Oh, no, we got a list card this time. All right, so we've got Edgar. We got Forrest. We have Whoop. We have John. We have Doc dropping cards. Adamant Will. 1 and a white for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains indestructible. It's not bad if you're playing Voltron and somebody tries to blow up your thing. Militia Rallier. 2 and a white for a 3/3 human soldier. It can attack alone. When it attacks, untap target creature. All right. Rural Recruit, we pulled that. Nature's Embrace, we've pulled that. That's messed up. Spiked Ripsaw, 2 and a green for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +3/+3. Whenever equipped creature attacks, you may sacrifice a force. Why would you do that? If you do that, creature gains trample until end of turn, and you can equip for 3. Yeah, no. I mean, okay, maybe if you're playing like a Landfall, Graveyard Recursion, I don't know. I don't see how that works. Somebody tell me otherwise. Brambleworm, 6 and a green for a 7/6 worm with reach and trample. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 5 life. Exile it from your graveyard for 3 to gain 5 life. You know, it's not terrible, especially if you're playing big hitters. All right. Distracting Geist, 2 and a white for a 2/1 spirit. Whenever it attacks, tap target creature defending player controls, and you can disturb it. But unlike our previous disturbs, these all come back as enchantment. So this is an aura. An enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. So that's interesting. All right, we got another uncommon. So we got Restless Bloodseeker, 1 and a black for a 1/3 vampire. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, create a blood token. Sacrifice 2 blood tokens, transform this guy, activate only as a sorcery. So what do you do on the other side, buddy? Blood-Soaked Reveler, you are drunk at the end of the party. He has a 3/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you gain life this turn, create a blood token. 4 and a black, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Not wow. It was interesting. Like, I was very impressed. Whoop, we got a Mythic. So I will just finish talking before we talk about the Mythic. But I, as somebody who really digs vampires, the number of vampires in this set that I was like super wowed by, not terribly high, but I did like the werewolves, the zombies, and the other cards. All right, we got a Mythic. It's a 4/4. What are you? Oh, okay. It is a commander card. So this is Timothar, Baron of Bats. 4 black, and he had, for a 4/4 vampire noble with ward, discard a card. Whenever another non-token vampire you control dies, you may pay 1 and exile it. If you do, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. It gains, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it and return the exiled card to the battlefield tapped. Okay, that's interesting. So if you've got some mana, you can really just swap things around. That's interesting. It's expensive, though. 6 for a 4/4. That's just hard to kill. All right. We got a rare with a story spotlight. Ooh, Katilda. Dawn Hart Martyr. So I got both Katildas now. 1 white for a legendary creature, Spirit Warlock. Flying, lifelink, protection from vampires. Her power and toughness are equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments. So this, whoops. This definitely goes into a enchantment deck, so I dig it already. You can disturb her, and she becomes Katilda's Rising Dawn, which is an aura. with enchanted creature that is flying, lifelink, and protection from vampires, and it gets +X/+X, where X is the number of permanents you control that are spirits or enchantments. It's not bad. I don't know. I could definitely find a spot for that. Then we got an uncommon, which is Undead Butler. When he enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards. Oh, I'm sorry. He is 1 and a black for a 1/2 zombie. And when he dies, you may exile it, and when you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. That's actually not bad. I could dig that. I could put that in a zombie deck. All right, what do we got here? Greg Staples. This looks old. What do we got? Second Sunrise. I don't think I know this card. So it's a rare out of what looks like Maraudon, or one of the Maraudons. So, 1 white. Each player returns to play all artifact, creature, enchantment, and land cards that were put into his or her graveyard from play this turn. Okay. So I guess what you do is you swing out hard. If they kill any of your stuff, you bring it back. I don't know. Somebody tell me, because it's really symmetric, which is, I mean, this isn't like one of those like board wipe and then do some stuff. Unless you board wipe, graveyard hate, then do this. I don't know. That seems involved. But hey, it's a list card, and I don't have that card. All right, last pack. All right. List card or bullshit card? Let's see. Bullshit card. What is this? It's freaky. Dorothea, Vengeful Victim. All right, we got Forest. Mulch, 1 and a green. I think I saw this and I kind of like this. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. It's not bad. Moldergraph Millipede, 4 and a black for a 2/2 insect horror. When he enters the battlefield, mill 3 cards, then put a +1/+1 counter on Moldergraph Millipede for each creature card in your graveyard. That could definitely whiff hard. Witch's Web, 1 and a green. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains reach until end of turn. Untap it. Toxic Scorpion, 1 and a green for a 1/1 Death Touch, or when he enters the battlefield, another target creature you control gains Death Touch until end of turn. Geistlight Snare, 2 and a blue for an instant. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a spirit. It also costs 1 less to cast if you control an enchantment. So if you got an enchantment and a spirit, you pay a blue to counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. Okay. It's not terrible. Can y'all see this cat bum? Come on, cat. Move the cat bum. Whispering Wizard, 3 and a blue for a 3/2 wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a white spirit creature token with flying. This ability only triggers once each turn. That's all right. All right, we got an Alluring Suitor. He looks like he is going to charm your pants off. All right, so he is a 2/3 vampire for 2 and a red. Whenever you attack with exactly 2 creatures, you get to transform this fellow. And this fellow turns into Deadly Dancer. First off, what is that young lady wearing? And number 2, are they... I don't even know what's going on in that picture. I can make some assumptions, though. So 3, he becomes a 3/3 vampire with trample, and when this creature transforms into Deadly Dancer, add red. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. And Deadly Dancer and another target creature get +1/+0 until end of turn for 2 red. So he's a 3. You drop him. You attack the next turn with him and somebody else, and then you can juice them up, and he becomes a trampler. Okay. It's not so overcosted like some of these other vampires. And Markov likes to attack. Maybe. that there. We got a common. Voldarian Epicure. Red for a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and create a blood token. Okay, I dig that. You're doing it. This is a commander card. I mean, even though it's a common, so it's a cheap vampire. You drop it, you dealt 1 damage to everybody. All right, we got another common. Falcon Wrath Celebrants. 4 and a red for 4/4 vampire with menace. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 blood tokens. I just also don't really dig the blood token mechanic. That said, these ladies are up to no good. They are definitely up to no good, and I fully support them. All right, last one. We got a rare. Hamlet Vanguard. This dude has got 2 shields. You thought you were badass. He's got 2. He is 2 and a green for a 1/1 human warrior with ward 2. When he enters the battlefield, with 2+1/+1 counters on it for each other non-token human you control. So he gets buffed with humans. It's not bad. Last up, common for a weary prisoner and a bullshit token. All right, y'all. So there we are. 6 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not bad. Obviously, this guy's on the trading block for anybody who wants it. I was already thinking of getting this commander deck, so this one's also on the trading block too. Anyway, y'all stay safe out there. People, COVID numbers are going up a little bit because people are being stupid. Please get vaccinated. Please get boosted. Don't do stupid stuff. Stay safe.